India, home to over 1.3 billion people, is a food surplus country. In the past 2 decades, food grain production has almost doubled. Yet, every night, about 200 million people go to bed hungry. Approximately 40% of the food produced in India is wasted every year due to an inefficient supply chain system.
About 1/3 of the food is wasted from farm to the consumer. While in India, if you look at the economic value for food loss, it's about 926 billion rupees. That economic value of food loss that is lost during the supply chain. While for the food waste, about the recent UNEP report states that about 50 kg per person is wasted in 1 year.
The dismal results of the hunger index and large-scale wastage of food have driven a few to look for alternatives to resolve their waste issues. One such company, which had been looking for a solution for its vegetable snack food waste, is Noida-based To Be Honest, a health-conscious snack brand that makes snacks out of tomatoes, beetroots, chickpeas and okras.
Our wastage is basically the crumbles that we generated because of the packaging of the packets, and that's our whole wastage. If I talk about during our initial days, since the volume was not that high, so the wastage was very less. But now that we are playing in the volumes, now that 5%, 6% is enough volume, and which has to be recycled or mitigated or maybe put into the best use that we can do.
4 years into the business of manufacturing food snacks, the company was looking to save on the 2 to 3% of its total spend on disposal of its waste. And that was when it came upon a solution through the Sonipat-based enterprise WasteLink. WasteLink is one of the few companies in India that is providing a sustainable solution for recycling food waste by turning it into animal feed. It picks up the waste of companies like To Be Honest to produce an economical and ecological feed. Anuj Gangoria has been sending its company's waste to WasteLink for 6 months now, at no cost to the company. Food wastage comes at a heavy cost, not just economically, but also environmentally. When the wasted food ends up in landfills, it uses up oxygen to decompose and releases methane, which has greenhouse gas impacts.
So for example, if food loss and waste was a country, it would have been the third largest carbon emitter, like GHG emitter, only after China and USA. So if you look at the problem, it's huge, and there is a lot of potential to reduce food loss and waste and all the emissions and everything that goes into its inputs.
Upcycling food waste to high-protein animal feed, Saket started WasteLink in 2018 and claims it is India's first and largest food waste recycling company.
So food waste is one of the largest waste segments in India. And if you see the last 50 years, there has been work that has happened in plastics recycling, electronic waste recycling. But when it comes to food waste, it has not seen any innovation in the last 30 years. The solution, the most popular solution to food waste that is like most accepted form is composting or biogas, both of which are capex heavy investment businesses, right? And the fundamental problem with both of these premise of biogas and composting is that it treats both good food and bad food in the same way, right? And that's kind of where the opportunity really is for us, is that why should we treat food that is good to make manure? What can we do for a food that is good in a way that we can bring it back into the food chain?
So far, WasteLink has processed over 5,000 tons of food waste by feeding more than 20,000 animals. The processing takes place in a facility such as this one and is sent to buyers at animal farms across India. While products like pasta and noodles are sold directly to farmers for feeding pigs, food waste that needs to be added to animal feed is ground and repackaged before selling them to animal feed manufacturers.
When the material arrives to the facility, it is offloaded. We weigh it by category to make sure that we are accurately aware of what quantity or what category we have. That is punched into the inventory that we receive, and depending on the nutritional formulation of the product that we have picked, we would decide what is the end goal, whether it goes into cattle, poultry, aqua or swine. And then we prepare formulation mixes.
Whenever we look at food loss and waste, it is intended for human consumption and it's not being utilized. That's why it's called, a waste. So animal comes next. That's also a good use. I would say it's better than going into landfill. It's better than going for industrial use. It's better than that, but it comes after human consumption. So if you can reduce it or donate it so somebody in need can eat it, that's better. Then comes animal feed.
At 535.8 million, India has the world's largest livestock population. But due to the unavailability of a balanced diet, the productivity of Indian livestock is among the lowest in the world. There is a gap to the extent of 21% between the demand and supply of dry fodder in our country, a situation worsened by the pressures on land to grow food grains, oilseeds and pulses. One of WasteLink's biggest clients is dairy feed manufacturer Shahi, located in Ambala, Punjab. Since 2018, Shahi Feed has been buying over 50 lakhs worth of food waste from WasteLink every month as a replacement for maize and grains. The company claims to put the products under strict quality checks to account for toxicity, protein level, energy level and ash value.
In noodles, there is an oil also. If you are going to check the nutrition value, in maize we are going to get the energy. In pasta or noodles we are getting the oil value and the energy value. Both of them we are getting. So what we have done, we have just cut the maize, half of the maize, and we have started using the Maggi noodles in that. So we are getting the मतलब इसको थोड़ा rate costing हमारा कम हो गया, and it helps us out in making the feed.
Shahi feed mixed with eco feed reaches more than 100 farmers across the states of Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana, Hyderabad and Guwahati, along with smaller farmers like Chandramohan in Ambala.
इससे पहले तो ये दाना वगैरह इस्तेमाल करते थे, बिनोले की खाल, चना की चूरी, ऐसी ऐसी चीज़ें आती थी वही इस्तेमाल करते थे. फीड अच्छी आ गई है, इसमें दूध ज़्यादा है तो यही डालते हैं, इससे जानवर बीमार भी नहीं होते हैं. इससे दूध भी ज़्यादा देती है ना, जो 10 लीटर दे रहा था वो 12 पे चला गया, जो 12 देता था वो 14 पे चला गया, ऐसा हो रहा है.
The popular notion about waste is that it is of no use, but companies like WasteLink is slowly trying to change the perception around how waste should be put to effective use. Thanks for watching Eco India. If you like the story, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Scroll.in on YouTube.